Hi everybody, welcome to PhD podcast number 1! And we are here with Edward Park, the president of Interact Club. Throughout this podcast series, we will meet at the student body and we will interview every single one of them. And by the end of this podcast series, you will know everything about everybody and you will just live on. Okay, so hi Edward.
Hello, Jahan.
Can you briefly introduce yourself?
My name is Edward Park. I'm a senior at Battlefield High School, class of 2013. Yeah.
And you are the president of Interact.
And I am the president of Interact Club.
We would like to just dig up your life today, and we're not very interested in your middle school life at all. But we're interested in your high school life, freshman to senior year.
Freshman to senior year.
Yeah, so let's talk about your since we're interested in your high school life. Let's start talking about your kindergarten life. How was your
kindergarten life?
Yeah, where'd you live?
I'm actually not sure where I lived, but I remember kindergarten. It was a sad time. I went to a private school for kindergarten. I think it was called Akatinga Academy. I'm not sure how that's spelled, but that's where I went. I remember getting in trouble a lot because it was a private kindergarten, and I had to stay inside for recess like every day. And yeah.
Was that in the state of Virginia?
That was in Virginia. I've lived in Virginia all my life.
Oh wow! So you're you're like more American than Americans.
Yeah. I'm pretty,
like white Americans.
I'm pretty American. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever accidentally peed on your pants or something like that during your kindergarten years?
I heard when I was in preschool, I peed my pants, and my mom was really mad because they let me go outside with wet pants, and it was really cold.
Oh wow!
And I got really sick because I guess I peed in my pants, and I had wet pants during the cold. I mean, I'm not sure if that's true. It's just that's what I heard.
Yeah,
in preschool. Yeah.
It's understandable because when I was in kindergarten, I still remember this. You know those pants where you it's like where you wear it like that.
Yeah.
What are those called? Like one.
What are those called?
It's a pants, but like overall. I was wearing an overall, and it was my first day wearing overalls, and it was during my kindergarten years. I didn't know how to get it off, and I had to go pee. And in kindergarten in Korea, we shared restrooms, right? So girls' restroom is right here, and guys' urinals are here. And I had to pee. I was like, okay, no big deal. I'm gonna take it off, and I'm gonna pee, right? And I was trying to get it off for 5 minutes in the restroom. For 5 minutes, it wouldn't get off, and the bell rang. And my heart was just beating so fast, and I was like, "What the heck is happening?" And a girl walked into the restroom, and I was crying by then. I was like, "Please help me take this off." And the girl was like, "What? What's happening? I don't know. I'm gonna go pee now." And then she went into her own private space, and that's when I peed. And that's
wait, overall it's like where you
just wear it like that, and then it's like this something connector, whatever, and then you have to take it off.
And we've just been left alone.
Oh, it's okay.
It's fine.
So let's talk about your high school life now.
My high school life.
Your freshman year. How was your freshman year?
My freshman year was good. I was a good student. Got straight A's. Yeah.
Did you play basketball then?
Basketball was just kind of a hobby. Just play with friends. Yeah. Since middle school.
And did you know the legend James Park back then?
I did know the legend James Park. I've known James Park for a while.
Oh wow! Did you? Oh okay.
Ever since his legend began.
Okay. So your freshman year was just days of studying and playing basketballs.
I wouldn't say days of studying. Just freshman year was easy. Coming out of middle school was very similar. Getting A's were reasonable. So.
Any girlfriends then?
No, I was a very lonely guy throughout high school.
Oh, just throughout freshman year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So after freshman year, you have to make a transition to sophomore year, and that's when your AP classes start, right?
That's when my AP classes started.
And when your AP classes started, what happened?
Sad things happened.
Just elaborate on that.
Grades were not the best. Actually, in my AP class, I got a B, so it counts as an A.
Yeah.
But still, I got a B, and it devastated me. Actually, in math, I always thought I was good in math. Then I went to Algebra 2 Trig. Then I got a C+, and then downhill from there. Oh, actually, chemistry. Chemistry is what killed me. Oh, I can't believe I forgot about that. Chemistry, I just got a C, a 70 C.
That's a close C right there.
That's a close C. I got a 500 on my SAT exact. I mean, not my
SOL.
SAT, SOL.
That's
my grade
so close.
Right to a 70.
Very good. Who was your teacher?
Miss Hutter.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll cut it there because it's understandable. If you go to Battlefield High School,
you'll understand.
Yeah. So your sophomore year sounds very tough.
It was tough.
And a lot of people, when they go through tough times, a lot of people tend to start eating fast food. And that's when McDonald's steps in with all the Big Macs and fries and Super Big Macs, oversized Big Macs, and blah 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 so on. Is this when your obsession? Because I've heard this is a rumor. One of the rumors that I've heard from the student body, and they've told me that Edward Park started his obsession for McDonald's his sophomore year. Is that true?
I'm sure it was around then. I wouldn't say it's an obsession. Just McDonald's has a very good dollar menu, and then I went to McDonald's one day, and Quang Pham was with me, and he showed me how to order from the dollar menu, like how to get a lot of food for cheap. And yeah, so McDonald's is just very convenient.
So Mr. Pham, this
Mr.
guy,
Pham,
I don't know this guy called Quang Pham, and Mr. Pham was the origin of your fast food obsession.
Oh, we can say that.
Okay, so why don't we take a moment and look at the camera and tell Quang how you feel about that.
Quang, ever since we went to McDonald's together, it has ruined my life. But hopefully we can still be friends. Yeah, because now I'm a healthier eater because I prefer not to hang out with you anymore.
Okay. The dollar menu. Okay, let's. We'll be right back. Hey, hello everybody. We're so sorry about that. We're back from the break, and that was an emotional moment for both of us. And we would like to we would like to ask Mr. Park what kind of restaurant is the best restaurant in this world, and specifically fast food restaurants. So let's go. Okay,
specifically fast food restaurants.
Yep. So McDonald's versus Burger King.
McDonald's.
McDonald's versus Taco Bell.
They just got the new tacos, the Dorito Locos tacos, but McDonald's.
McDonald's versus Chick-fil-A.
At times, it's Chick-fil-A.
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 Oh, so Chick-fil-A tops everything else, or?
I mean, what else to consider fast food? Is Chipotle considered fast food?
Well, we could consider it. It depends, but let's consider it fast food. And if
then Chipotle wins.
It tops everything.
It tops everything.
Chipotle is very good indeed, and as a PhD president, I should not be saying this, but if you haven't tried Chipotle, then you're not my friend anymore. Let's move on. Your sophomore year was when the fast food obsession started, and you did a very bad job in chemistry, math, and history. So talking about all these hardships that you had to overcome, let's talk about your ethnicity.
My ethnicity.
Yes, your ethnicity. You're. I don't know who you are. Like, what are you?
I am a Korean American.
Korean American. So as a Korean American, oh, Edward Park. It makes so much sense now. Oh, okay. Okay, so as a Korean American, how'd you feel entering kindergarten, preschool, all that?
I mean, I didn't really see it very life-changing. I was just Korean. I was just Asian. I was in school. And yeah. No really life changers. Nothing really hard to deal with. Oh, actually, see, since I was Asian, right? People are like, "Oh, that kid's supposed to be smart." But then I was failing chemistry, and I was failing math, and it was a tough time.
Tough times.
Living up to our stereotype.
Yeah, I can agree to that, and always just like everyone expects us to be very smart and
Very
exceptional,
smart.
but we would like to take a moment here and tell the world that not all the Asians are not smart, and not all the Asians like to eat rice, not all the Asians like soccer, not all the Asians hate basketball. Like for you, let's talk about your basketball life, since to break this stereotype. And your basketball crew. I heard about this guy called James Park, and everybody just talks about him. Who is this guy?
James Park?
Yeah.
James Park is,
oh wait, is he Korean?
He is Korean.
Oh, I'm getting used to this. Okay.
James Park is a wonderful man.
Wonderful man.
He is a legend. He is the James Park.
The James Park.
I think that's enough to explain his legend.
His legendicity. Anyway, yeah. So you and this guy James Park, you guys play a lot of basketball together?
We do play a lot of basketball together.
And your dream is to become one of them, like basketball players?
A basketball player?
Not NFL. NBA, yeah.
No, it's just, something we play for fun.
For fun?
Yeah.
I see. So all the Asians. Oh, something happened. Okay, so some technical difficulties right there. Anyway, all the Asians are not like all the Asians. We are all different. Since we have no time, since Edward Park has to go somewhere, we're gonna move on to his junior year life.
We're gonna move on to my junior year.
So
life. Your
junior year, that's when your romance started. I've heard.
Oh, romance.
Your romance.
I would like to know about this romance that I've missed out on.
I do not want to mention any names, but there are, like, I think I've heard at least 13 girls, not just Asian girls. I mean, like, it's diverse, man. It's like it goes from like typical white girls to black, Mexican, and Korean. It's just too intense, and we'll just skip on that since Edward told me during the break not to mention anything about this, so we will not talk about that here and move on to his mid junior life. Your mid junior life. So your all your hobbies are still ongoing.
Ongoing. Yes.
And your how about your academic life? How about that procrastination?
During junior year?
Yeah.
During junior year, after messing up so much sophomore year, it was actually, I got used to the harder classes. Things got easier, and procrastination, it was still there, but it was junior year. That's when you have to work hard. And that year itself, I had a 4.2 overall. Well, no, not overall, just for the junior year, 4.2. Yeah.
Oh, that's still good.
Yeah. Woo! So academically, it was good.
Was a successful year for you.
It was a successful year for me.
So this is when your presidency actually kind of starts, your campaigning. Yes. I remember one day I walked into class, well, not class, because I started driving end of sophomore year, so I walked in to school, and I see all these posters hanging on the walls. Vote for Edward Park, Interact Club. It was just crazy. Everyone was going chanting Edward, 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 and I still vividly remember that moment. How was that for you?
That was a good moment. I wish I remembered that a little more. All that campaigning, but it was a good moment becoming president.
So how'd you feel about becoming president by default?
So basically, Actually, before, I just went to a lot of Interact events, and I realized Interact Club was going to fail the next year because we had no sponsor. We had no person willing to step up as president. So I was like, I'll become president. But then, you know, knowing I'll have the title president on my college application, it felt good.
Felt good?
Whether it was winning by default or not. It was good. It was good.
I mean, I really don't think the process matters. No, I'm just kidding. Process does matter, but you're doing a really fine job as a president right now, and
Thank you.
and I'm getting calls from like all these lifestyle magazine and stuff. They're like, Interact Club, I want to interview this guy, and thank God we got you first.
Yes.
So we'll cover everything about you today, and all the other magazines can
exclusive access.
Yep,
from
exclusive.
PhD.
That's right. So your junior year was a very good year compared to your sophomore year.
Yes.
And compared to your freshman year?
It was slightly better.
Slightly better. And your social life, how about your friends? Did you get to know more friends? More people?
Junior year?
Yeah.
Yeah, throughout high school. We met a kid named Jason. I don't know how to spell his last name or say his last name.
What?
Oh,
that guy! That guy! I was getting I was getting frozen yogurt one day, and then some guy comes in, and then he was like, "Yo, Jason!" I know that guy. I couldn't see his face, but yeah. How about that guy?
He's a good guy. He's short.
He's short. How short? Like Smurf?
Very short, yes. I mean, if you compare him to a Smurf, you know.
It's almost the same.
Actually, the Smurf might win.
Oh, yeah, because they have the hat.
Yeah, they have the hat.
Yeah.
I mean, he has the hair, but it still doesn't work.
All right. So he's nothing compared to the legend, James Park.
He's probably half.
Half there, okay.
Half of what?
Half.
No, that's saying too much for Jason.
Okay, Jason, I'm sorry. Do not watch this. Let's move on. So your junior year was a very good year, and I would really want to go into your romance life, but let's not cover that because you told me not to. I have never seen a president like begging me not to talk about romance, so we will not talk about it. Let's go to your senior life. Your senior year. It's your senior year is just full of happiness and leadership. Yeah,
yes.
Explain it. Tell me about your senior year.
Well, leadership. Being president of Interact Club. I did not realize it was going to be this hard. Yeah. But then I went to a camp sponsored by Rotary International, which is a very good organization, called RILA. And then we learned, it was like a weekend camp. We went to a campsite, and then we learned different leadership processes. We got lectures from different places, and then I realized I can be a good leader. And then for Interact Club, you know, we found a sponsor. We got everything set up, and now it is very smooth sailing.
Smooth sailing.
Smooth sailing.
Smooth sailing. That's a very good. That's very good. I really envy your passion, and you are one of the most dedicated student of Battlefield High School. We would like to before we end this podcast, since we can't, because we want to touch the viewers, the audiences, and there was some special moments, but there weren't any like romantic special moments. So we would like to. I'm not gonna talk about any romance life, although 13 girls unmentioned. No, never mind. We're gonna talk about calculus instead. So this year you've decided to take calculus. So let's take a moment. It's okay. It's okay.
Just give me a moment.
Okay. All right.
Calculus. See, algebra 2 trig, like I mentioned, it was a very rough class.
Yeah.
But junior year, I went to fat math. It was a very simple class.
So it was smooth sailing.
It was smooth sailing. Yeah, it was. It was one of my favorite classes. You know. So I was like, then I got confidence again in math. Then I was like, I'm gonna come into senior year, calculus. People said it was hard. I was like, psh, this is gonna be easy.
Yeah.
I was wrong. I mean, What's your opinion on calculus, Jaehoon?
Well, since Edward Park wants to interview me now, calculus, okay, algebra 2 trig was a smooth sailing for me because I came from Korea and I was like,
yes.
math.
Yes.
Easy.
Math
and
easy.
So I got a 97. I ended up with 97
Ooh,
in
97.
the year. Yep. And I got 100 on my trig test.
Oh.
No, wait, 99. Exactly 99. And it was smooth sailing. I was like, easy. So I was like, I got overconfident, and then I took fag math, and take a moment.
A moment, please. It's okay.
Fag math was like killed me. That was the demise of Jaehoon Lee, and it's been continuing. Calculus AB, I thought it was gonna be easy because I took fag math, and it was easy at first. I was like, this is I got this, and I was like, I finished with 92 first quarter and all that.
Do you need a moment?
Now I'm just like. It's like Robinson Crusoe. Have you read that book?
I have not read that book.
Robinson Crusoe. It's like Robinson Crusoe.
Robinson Crusoe. Go check out that book.
It's like I have to say it's like being a Smurf.
Like being a Smurf.
Yeah, I wonder who knows that feeling.
No,
let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that. Okay, so calculus AB might seem easy, and some smart people might tell you, "Oh, it's an easy class," but it's not. So caution for all of you junior, sophomore year viewers, and that covers everything. So any comments that you want to make to any of your friends or your Interact Club members or your sponsor or your mom and dad or your grandpa and grandma or your president?
Family, I love you guys. Everybody join Interact Club. It is an awesome club. We changed the world. We'll have some fun, exciting events in the future. PhD Interact talent show. Be ready for that. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Alright, so we were here with Edward Park for over 20 minutes, I think, and we have discussed a lot of things today. We have learned all about Edward Park, we will be back 20 years later and talk about his life again. Thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you guys later. Yes! Successful.
Oh god.